Hello everyone, Alec DeLorean here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Now in today's video we have Skora's best mods and, well, basically the best mods that I like to use for Skora, but we'll go through all of the legendaries, epics, and the blues as well, just to make sure that we cover everything. But before we get into it, if you would like to join the Patreon, Discord, or become a channel member, the links are in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, this content, and all things Star Wars related, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the video. Okay, so we'll go through the legendary mods first. So the first one is Rodian Remedy, in which it has a +2 ammo capacity, +4 healing, but you lose out on reload duration of 25% and a hipfire weapon recoil for 25%. Personally, as I've said in the other videos, the reload duration and hipfire weapon recoil don't really make much of a difference to me, so these aren't really that bad knockoffs, and they're only 25% as well, so it isn't even that much, to be fair. But you actually get a larger ammo capacity, so you can shoot more before you have to reload anyway. But then the main thing is you get +4 healing. So with every shot you get +4 heal. I don't know if it includes the ticks, because with Skora you hit a teammate, you heal for a certain amount, and then it does a little bit of healing again, and then a little bit of healing again. I don't know if it adds on to the ticks, but overall +4 healing, you can't go wrong with that. So that's a really nice mod. The second one is Rodian Swiftness, in which this one is one of the only legendaries in the game where you have all positives and 0 negatives, which is kind of crazy because Skora is already the best healer in the game, so giving her a mod like this is kind of correct. But this one is +10% movement speed, +10% combat speed, and +25 health, which is everything you want and more, basically, because Skora definitely needs more health, but combat and movement speed increase is just a bonus, so this one is very, very good. And then the last one is +3 weapon damage, but you lose out on 30% hipfire weapon spread, and you lose out on -10 meters damage fall off distance. So because you're playing Skora, you're most likely just going to be only healing. That's the idea of the support characters. So the +3 weapon damage isn't going to make much of a difference. Plus, she's slow firing anyway, so the 3 isn't enough, to be fair. And that's all you get for the bonuses. So I feel like this is one of the worst legendary mods in the game, let alone for Skora. So I wouldn't use this one overall, but it's up to you if you want to be a damage scorer. And then next up are the purples. So the first one is max capacity effects is +2 ammo capacity, but you lose out on reload duration. Now, I'm not sure why this one is a purple specifically, because it's not much of an increase and decrease for both of the effects, so it feels more like it could be a blue. Ammo capacity isn't really much to go off, and then reload duration fall off isn't really worth it, so I personally don't think this one would be too great overall. And then the next one is you gain a 30% hipfire weapon recoil, and you also get +3 healing, but you lose out on 10% combat speed. Now this one is also pretty good because, especially if you stack it with the legendary mod of +4 healing. Overall, if you get with together, you'll get +7 healing per hit, which is insane. And then you also get the hipfire weapon recall, which if you were using this one, it's +25%, but then when you put on the purple, you get +30. So in actuality, you actually get -5% hipfire weapon recall, which is a bonus because this one just cancels out the negative on the legendary. And the combat speed isn't too bad for Skora because a lot of the times you've got a lot of dashes and you can get out of sticky situations pretty easily with Skora. And then the next purple is -15% reload duration, +20 health, but you get +30 with hipfire weapon spread. Now this one seems pretty decent, to be fair, because Skora definitely does need a lot of health, which this one gives health, but then you also get the bonus of -15% reload duration, +30 hipfire weapon spread as well. It's very similar to the other one, but this one is recoil, whereas the other one is for weapon spread, which doesn't really make a crazy amount of difference with Skora since she's single firing, but I don't think it matters too much. 30% does sound like a lot, but it's not too bad overall. And then we'll go on with the blues. So the first blue is +2 healing, which is pretty decent because if you had all of the healing ones, you'll get +9 healing extra on top of your base amount, which is pretty crazy. So this one could be good if you just wanted to throw an easy blue one. The next one is +15 health for Skora, in which, as I said on the other mods, like the health is, she's got one of the lowest health in the game, so any mods that give her health is definitely going to be really, really good for her. And then the last last one is +1 weapon damage, which makes 0 difference really. You're not going to notice this at all, so I would never use this one because, first of all, you're only going to be healing, so you're not going to be shooting enemies. And +1 for a slow firing weapon isn't the greatest at all, so it won't make much of a difference. Okay, so in terms of the mods, if you haven't figured it out yet, because I only have 4 mods and one of the mods on here is one that I didn't like. So first of all, the 2 legendaries that I've got unlocked. So the +2 ammo capacity, +4 healing, but you lose out on reload duration and hipfire weapon recoil, which is fine. So I have that one on first, and then the next one is the other legendary, which gives you no debuffs, no nothing. So that's really, really good overall. And then the last one is the +3 healing and -30% hipfire weapon recoil. And you do get the negative of this. It's just that this one cancels out the combat speed. So in actuality, you're still just at base combat speed, which is decent enough. And then this one also cancels out the +25 hipfire weapon recoil that's on the legendary. So in actuality, this just turns into +25 reload duration as the only downside for this one. So you're only actually, on this whole build, you're only losing out on +25 reload duration, in which a lot of the times it doesn't really make much of a difference. So that's the build I like to use. So there you go. There is our review of all the legendaries, epics, and blues for Skora, in which she has a lot of very good mods across the board. All of them legendaries, purples, and blues. So you could get creative with it. But overall, yeah, I think my build is pretty good because you're going to do a lot of healing and you're already pretty agile to get out of bad situations. It does give you some health as well, so you're not as squishy. So overall, this is probably my favorite and maybe even the best in the game for Skora. But let me know in the comments below if you think that you have a better build for Skora, and if there's any mods that I do or don't use that you recommend or don't recommend, then put them in the comments below. But I won't keep it any longer though, so if you'd like to join the Patreon, Discord, or become a channel member, the links are in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, this content, and all things Star Wars related, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.